In this video, I'll show you how to turn wood scraps and leftovers like these into an amazing item, which many people would love to buy to use in their homes. Hello, I'm Allison. Welcome to another video from Wood Art Channel. Don't forget to like, and if you're new here, subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss our upcoming projects. The wood used in this project is all pine. Here we have several scraps with various measurements in both length and width, and we'll also use this piece of board measuring 70 centimeters in length by 25. Here we have two thinner board pieces, each measuring a little over 70 centimeters in length by 10 in width. This small piece measures 20 by 25 centimeters. I'll start by making some cuts in the larger board piece. I set the ruler to 18.2 centimeters from the blade to make the first cut. I adjusted it back 2 millimeters, making it exactly 18 centimeters, to clean up the other side. I'll also cut the excess from the board to clean it up. In the end, it will be 6.5 centimeters wide. From these, I'll cut the sides to remove the joints, leaving them 6 centimeters wide. Discover creative woodworking with the perfect equipment and materials. In our video, we showcase a special selection to elevate your projects. Be sure to check out the links in the description. In length, I'll cut it to 70 centimeters. I'll cut the excess from the board in half. There's no need for both parts to be exactly the same size. Next, everything will be passed through the thickness planer to standardize the thicknesses. In some pieces, I'll need to trim the ends to make them straight. This one will be cut to 18 centimeters. I'll cut two pieces measuring 10 centimeters from here. I adjusted the saw to a 30 degrees angle, placed the two pieces on top of each other, aligning them well. Now, I'll position them like this, leaving about 2 centimeters here where the blade will pass. Now, I'll use two parts that have the same thickness and position them like this. Another piece of wood will be placed over all of them. This way, I can clamp them together. With them securely clamped, I can make the cut. Next, I'll sand everything using 150 grit sandpaper. I'll use a router with this 28mm corner rounding bit to machine 3 parts. I'll round the corners on these two, and on this one, I'll round the corners on both ends and on this side. Alright, next up is assembly. First, I've separated two pairs with the same width. These measure 4.5 centimeters, and these 6.5. I'll make a mark on these two. I'll align them at one end and mark at 15 centimeters. I'll extend this mark to the sides. Now, I'll separate one from each pair, leaving the others aside for now. I'll apply glue here and stick them like this. Now, I'll use this piece. It's square and has the same thickness as the others. I'll apply glue on one side and glue it like this, making sure this end is positioned at the 15 centimeter mark. Now the other pieces will be chosen randomly. I'll glue this one like this, and then I'll glue all the others in sequence. I decided to put a protective cover to avoid sticking to the workbench. The antepenultimate piece to be placed is the one that is square and has exactly the same thickness as the others. With the help of the square, I'll draw a line, using the 15 centimeter mark as a reference. Now, I'll use this to extend the line to the end. At the end of the line is exactly where this should be glued. Here, the piece that is 4.5 centimeters wide and has the 15 centimeter mark will be glued. The last one can also be glued randomly. Next, these two will be placed. They'll be glued here and will reinforce the fixation of the others. I'll apply glue on one side, and the fixation will be done with headless nails measuring 22 millimeters in length. Want to join our community? Become a member of our channel today. Your contribution helps us create even better projects. Join us on the journey towards creativity in woodworking. I'll use clamps to join these pieces that got a bit separated. After this step, it's important to clean off any excess glue. Alright, on the visible side, the item looks like this. Now I'll continue with the assembly, including these two pieces. I'll apply some glue on the back, here, and on the sides. The fixation will be done like this, ensuring that this part is perfectly squared. The same will be done with the other one. I'll leave it like this until the glue dries, and then I'll reinforce the fixation from the back using nails like this. 2 nails will be placed on each side. I'll fill in some remaining gaps with this ivory-colored wood filler. The application will be done with this metal spatula. Next, a complete sanding will be done using 80 grit sandpaper to remove any remaining differences. After that, I'll use 150 grit sandpaper to smoothen the finish. I'll sand the edges with 220 grit sandpaper. Now, I'll make some markings and drillings to fix the item on the wall. I'll use this point as a reference. I'll mark at 14 centimeters. This way, the marking will be exactly in the center of the piece below. From this side, I'll mark at 9 centimeters. The same will be done on this side too. At the bottom, I'll make just one drilling right in the center. I'll use the tape measure to mark at 25.7 centimeters. so the drilling will be in the center of the piece below too. The drilling will be done using this 3.5mm drill bit with a 10mm countersink. The countersinking will be very superficial. Now, I'll place the last piece. I'll apply a bit of glue here. Here too. And on this part, I'll fix it like this. I'll leave a 3cm gap on the sides. To ensure it won't move from this position, I'll fix it using headless nails like this. They measure 32mm in length. 2 nails will be placed on each side. The final touch will be applying wood sealer diluted with thinner. To give color to the item and cover some dark spots on the wood, I'll use this special brown stain. The application, as usual on this channel, will be done using this spray gun. Want to take your woodworking projects to the next level? Check out the special selection of equipment and materials we've prepared for you in this video. Don't miss the links in the description. Well folks, here's the finished work. The item I made today is a multi-purpose shelf, perfect for placing books. Did you like it? Then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. With your support, we can produce even more videos and continue inspiring you on the journey of creative woodworking. Thanks for being part of our community. We have more incredible content waiting for you. Just click on the suggested videos on the screen to follow the creation of another fantastic project. Until the next video.